What up, peeps? Okay, so I have Murder over there sitting. You can see him, see? He's right there. What up, peeps?
Just chilling.
Okay, so I have Murder over there. I'm talking to myself. I can hear it. You can see him, see? He's right there.
It's not unusual, is it?
I'm talking to myself. I can hear it. There we go. Got it shut off now. Whew. That was bad. Because it just repeats in my ear and repeats in my ear and repeats in my ear. Alright.
It's kind of like a nagging wife.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have one of those. Alright, so, we are last minute talking about some things here. Lack of planning on my behalf. So, oops, bad me. But anyway, what we're going to talk about is, we'd already hit on it before. We're going to talk about it again because of things that have happened since our last talk. It is about the net neutrality. Everybody's familiar with net neutrality and how they want the FCC to make everybody else dealing with the ISPs, and the ISPs doing everything, which means that they would jack up the rates. You'd be no longer having a free website. Yeah, you'd have to pay money to go to other websites. It's just one of those things. It's not good. And you can read all of that on the FCC's website with their. You have to go in and you have to read it page by page, and you'll understand it. But there were 22 million replies to their website on their comment sections of how it was wrong for them to deal with the net neutrality.
22 million?
22 million replies. Now,
oh, I could have sworn
yeah,
more than that.
Nope, 22 million. And that was closing out the comment sections, when they closed the comment sections as of August 31st at midnight. Now, previously, when they had the net neutrality dealings, even a few years before that, they only had 3.7 million comments on their system about net neutrality, and 3.7 million people was enough for them to just say, you know what, to hell with it, we're not going to do that. They said that an enormous number, this is their words here, an enormous number of spam replies slipped through, and that's where most of those 22,000 came from. They're saying that it was people spamming. And John Oliver, if anybody doesn't know who he is, he does a show on HBO. Last Week Tonight, I believe is the name of the show. Anyway, he does a show, and he came out with this, talking about how the comment system went down because of his talking about net neutrality and everybody flooding their site. Because as soon as he mentioned it, bam, people were on the site, and the FCC said the site went down because of a DDoS attack. And it was not because of an absorbent amount of people coming to their website to tell them that it was bad. So they're basically saying, no, that's wrong. It was a DDoS attack. There wasn't that many people. There wasn't 22 million replies. I can see how they're saying this only because they don't want people to know the truth. And they're using the media because the media's screwed up anyway, so they're using the media to help them propagate this net neutrality thing. But it has been quelled for now. They are taking it back to the table to readdress it, rewrite it, and then it's going to come back out again. But they're going to work their way to making it so that the ISPs will be taking over, and if that does happen, say goodbye to Netflix, say goodbye to any of your sites that you enjoy, say goodbye to Twitch, because you'll have to pay to go watch Twitch. ISPs will make sure of that shit. So, the chairman of the FCC said that the comments didn't really matter anyway, despite the Commission's requirements to act up in the public's interest and take public feedback, and said that from the beginning of their proceedings, laid it out what would be the quality, not the quantity, of comments that made a difference. On the surface, that's a reasonable argument, but it's being set out as an excuse to ignore overwhelming millions of comments in support of net neutrality in favor of few well-written filings by Comcast and the like. I really don't see the FCC being able to do this again without it being even more scrutinized. It will eventually come back to that they're going to put into place what they have now to an extent. Maybe tighten little ropes here and there for piracies. Hopefully. Because it is in their best interest to protect our abilities to be online and not have somebody come and take our stuff. That's the FCC. They should be able to do that. And let me see here. I read it somewhere. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it said here, and this is an article in The Verge. It said here, it was written by their writer, that even with the outpouring of support for net neutrality, it's always seemed likely that the internet protections introduced in 2015 were going down. The new proposal would undo the classification of internet providers as common carriers under the Title II of the Communications Act, and in doing so strips the FCC of the authority needed to enforce true net neutrality, which is no blocking, throttling, or prioritization of content. The FCC is basically like, you know what? We'll just leave it to everybody else. We don't want to deal with it. But we'll see what happens. You got any comments on that one, Murder?
I don't think they'll. Well, I definitely don't think they'll get it passed.
On the second time again.
Yeah, at all. I mean, if they do, let's just, on the weird chance that they actually pass it anytime. I know it wouldn't happen because too many people couldn't do it, but I would say boycott internet use.
Yes,
cancel your internet with your cable or satellite provider. Just tell them, hey, you know what? I don't want the internet anymore. Stop charging me for it. Cancel all your internet subscriptions, payments, services, and it really wouldn't take long. Give them a
I'd
month of
say
a month of not receiving, an average of say $50 per account. All those accounts get canceled. That's a lot of money to lose in a month.
you figure 1 million people at $50 a pop. That's $50 million they're losing
In 1 month.
in a month. Yeah, and imagine if people held out for 2 months, 3 months.
2 or 3 months. Yeah, I mean, they would be real quick to come back and be like, "All right, look, we need to change this shit." But the
Hmm.
problem is, and me personally, I would do it. I'd be like, I'd call Charter Spectrum up in a heartbeat and be like, "Hey, turn my shit off." Um, Too many people wouldn't be able to go without their internet at home.
Yes, that is true.
Like Nixie said, if you have hotspot ability on your phone, I mean, for the most part, other than us gamers, it would suck, but I could do it. For the most part, you're just Facebooking and shit anyway. So just do it from your
Yeah,
phone or use it as a hotspot. But yeah,
yeah.
cancel your internet service with your provider. Hold out for 2 3 months. Enough people, yeah, absolutely, they would go back and reverse it.
Oh, definitely. And if they did that across the whole United States, that's more than 1 million people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
more than a
why.
million people.
That's why I don't think it'll pass in first place, even if it gets close. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so somebody smarter than me which I know is hard to believe there's somebody smarter than me in government, because government's so stupid.
They are
But
fucking ignorant.
somebody smart in government, business smart, has got to point out, hey, this ain't gonna be cool. You're gonna lose too much money. That's why I don't think it would ever really happen.
Yeah, but in the off chance that it even comes close, there are going to be some serious problems.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're exactly right, Nixie. Like Searchy and myself, we we have an internet business. That's the business that we run. Um, Without the internet, we wouldn't be able to do the things we do. So it would put a lot of companies out of business as well, and that would fall upon those internet providers and what they've done.
Well, at the same time, not just putting people out of business. So we're sitting here talking about it with the mindset of residential customers giving up their internet, telling them to cut it off and boycotting it for 2 or 3 months. What about
Hmm.
businesses that use, Spectrum Business Internet, having them cancel their stuff too, because their price is going to go up, and certain small family-owned businesses might not be able to afford the extra in internet costs. So, yeah,
Yeah.
they lose their business too. I mean, that's even more people across the country and even more money each month you're going to lose.
Yep. Now, as it stands right now, Searchy and I use over 90% of the internet as part of our business here at home because we are a home-based business. 90%. And that is including the time that I spend streaming under CNG Gaming and that she spends streaming under CNG Gaming's. Yes, you are. And even today she was working on it when it's a holiday weekend, and she knows I hate it, but I did understand why she was working today. We had a customer who wasn't doing what we asked them to do to make sure that they're protecting themselves and to protect their customers. So we've had to put a disclaimer on the website when the people were going and registering for the website. So, I mean, we constantly are using the internet, and if our prices go up and we have to pay to go to, work on our web pages, and they're making us pay additionally for that service, it's not going to be good for us. We would have to probably shut our doors.
Well, what about new companies that might be thinking of starting up new companies, or new companies that have already been figured out and ready to go and just need to, be kicked off and started. I mean, you raise the price and restrict what you can do on the internet and make it a price based thing. They're not going to be able to start either. Like me
Oh yeah.
planning on starting a game server business, ain't no way I'd be able to do that.
Nope. You would lose so much money if you did start. You wouldn't have enough money to pick your nose by the end of the month.
Nobody would want to rent a game server because, I mean, even people who rent them now, think about that. The price of having your renting your own game server so you can play on it on just you and your friends is going to go up because those companies are going to have to pay for the
For
internet use that they
yeah.
use.
Well, then you're going to have to pay extra to access that content. So if you have a server, in order to access that server, you have to have internet. And if they restrict you from going to that website without paying them an additional fee, you're still not going to be able to do it. So it's a double, what do they call that, where you get charged double one way or the other. You're paying, plus you're paying the service provider to, or the guy who's got like your game servers, say, he's got to raise his amount because he's paying more. You have to pay your internet service provider to even get to that server so you can work with it and play on it. So you're getting hit twice.
Yep. The way I say, if it were to happen, I see LAN parties coming back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're not going to be online gaming with buddies and stuff. Let's rent a game server so that, just me and my friends can play. No, you and your friends are going to meet up at one of y'all's houses and you're going to have a LAN party like back in the day.
Well, hell yeah. That would be fun anyway, really.
I'm
But,
down for it.
yeah, right? But anyway, I really, really believe that this is not going to go well for the FCC and trying to basically wipe their hands of the internet protection, protecting us from blocking, throttling, and what they say here, prioritization. Damn it, I can't say that word. Anyway.
Prioritization?
That's the word. Yes, thank you very much, sir. Of content. It would affect esports.
So
It really
my
would
opinion
affect esports.
on that is why not? And the software's out there, the technology's out there. Make these companies protect themselves instead of having the FCC do it. Protect themselves. Use software to prevent pirating.
Yes.
It's available.
Exactly.
They do it with digital downloads of movies, digital downloads of games when purchased properly. There's code built in, hidden inside, that if it's not legit, then you can't install it, you can't play it, you can't run it.
Correct.
So make everybody do that. The problem is, you have to pay for that type of stuff for one, or have pay for a programmer to put it in for you. But why not make everybody do it? And
I see no reason why not.
The FCC is not, held responsible for it. Therefore, they're not having to worry about making you pay extra for internet.
That's true.
And if a company doesn't include that in their stuff, then just my personal opinion, don't cry about it when your stuff gets pirated.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Anybody got questions about this particular subject? Or comment about this particular subject? And like I said about esports, it's really going to affect esports because those teams need to practice, and when they practice, they're not in a LAN party, they're not right next to each other, they're spread across the globe and only come together at events.
Yeah.
So esports could be very well affected by this problem. All right, we have nothing else. We're going to move on. We are going to move on to the Twitch new extensions program. And it's going to allow streamers to customize their pages. And this will include a new Amazon affiliate linking extension, meaning that if you, as a streamer, have Twitch Prime, you will be able to put this link on your page, and if they use that link, for a product that they see you're playing a game, or they just go through your site to get to Amazon, that link will give that particular affiliate or partner with Twitch a commission. And according to Twitch, there are going to be over 20 extensions when they do launch. The one that I was talking about is called Gear on Amazon extension. Getting the different gear, getting the headsets, getting the mouse, getting the keyboard. If that particular streamer has something that you want to get or you want to check it out, there's a link. Boom, go straight over to Twitch, go over to Amazon with that link. It'll bring it up, and if you do buy it, that streamer then gets a percentage or a commission. But it's not out yet. They're still working on this, but it is going to allow for a lot of third-party developers to create extensions for Twitch so that it's on the page. All of these extensions will be on the page. And honestly, I see that as a good thing, because then OBS, or if you're using any of the other programs like Livewire, what's the other one, Murder?
For streaming?
Yeah, for streaming, the streaming software. It's the paid one. It's that paid one they got out there.
Oh, XSplit?
XSplit, yes,
XSplit. You
XSplit
for free, but you XSplit free,
yeah.
you pay for. And I believe, I don't remember who bought it, but it used to just be Curse Gaming. Whoever bought Curse, they have come up with a streaming software also. But last time I looked at it, it's been a little while. Last time I looked at it, it wasn't that great. Maybe they've improved it. I don't know.
Who to it? Who? What'd you say? Well, who bought the
Who bought Curse Gaming?
Curse Gaming. That was bought out by who? I forgot. It wasn't Mixer, I know that. I think Searchy's going to look that up for us. But these.
I think she's going to find the same thing I did, and I don't like it.
First client, yeah. For quick. Amazon.
Yeah.
Twitch bought Curse. That's the reason why it's going to go. Yeah, it is Twitch, because I remember something now. It was very vague. It was not a big thing, because not a lot of people use Curse outside of Minecraft, World of Warcraft, and a couple other games for mods. Skyrim uses it, but that's what I'm saying, just a couple of them. But these extensions, in my personal opinion, are going to help, because what we do to create, like if you're looking right at my channel right now, you see right in the middle, I have who's hosting. And those hosts go through Streamlabs, and then Streamlabs then puts it onto my monitor here via the widget that I download onto the system. And if they do create these extensions for the actual Twitch page itself, you'd be able to have this directly on your page without it being on your system, so it takes up less RAM less CPU usage on your system if it's coming and going directly to the page already, and you're not having to stream it in and then stream it back out. It does state here that in addition to the first batch of extensions available at launch, Twitch will also be opening up its developer portal for third-party extensions, which users will be able to access through a new extension manager on Twitch, meaning that they're going to give you the ability to create an extension. Now, whether you share that extension with everybody else or you use it just for yourself, whatever, you know what I mean? But I think that could be a good thing when it comes to that. What do you think, Murder?
I'm interested to see, as far as making your own. I mean, it sounds good. I like the idea and the sound of having extensions for your Twitch account, your page. I'm interested in seeing what all you can do with it as far as making your own.
Yes, I would like to see that very much myself.
I mean, if you think about it, just the idea of extensions in general for your page, for your Twitch, there's a lot you can come up with. But like I said, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they allow you to do, because I'm sure they're going to limit you on certain things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see actual overlays being injected into your page that you don't have to put on your own computer and run on your streaming software. I mean, you could literally inject it into Twitch, and then if you change games, it changes the overlay.
Or with the same idea of having the overlay change, or even if you don't have it change, maybe having something simple but would look cool, in my opinion, is have the overlay for your stream match the overlay for your page, so it's all uniform.
Oh, yes, yes. Giving you that ability to be OCD without freaking out because you can get it right. Oh, I'm telling you, it's every time I look at my page, I get pissed because I can't modify it properly to make it all look the same.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, you look at chat, how much will you be able to create an extension that modifies chat for you?
Have an extension to where, all right, like right now they have to where you can type a comment in your little comment thing, have it linked to Twitter if you want to or whatever. Tell people, hey, I'm gonna be streaming this time, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not have an extension where you could link, say, a lot of these chat bots for streaming are online. VivBot, for example, is online streaming. Be able to have an extension to where you link your chat that your bot monitors right into your page. So even if you're not online streaming, your bot's running, people can still go in and chat and hang out and talk.
Yeah. Like I have my bot right now, it's Phantom Bot. It runs 24/7. And it's always in my channel. And
so link it to your page and people can
keep
chatting.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, extensions I think will be good. I do have an issue with Amazon. Everybody who knows me knows I have an issue with Amazon. I always have since they lied to me and I paid that extra money for that next day shipping and didn't receive it for a damn week. And it was parts for this PC I have right now. It pissed me off so damn much, I wrote them the nastiest damn letter, and I even told them I will find the owner's phone number and I will call him directly. And I did find his phone number. And it was to his office, and his secretary picked up and I told them I wanted to talk to him. She says he's not in the office right now. I called her a fucking liar, and then she put me through to his voicemail, and I basically let him have an earful. And then I got an email about, oh, we apologize, and it wasn't from him. So, oh yeah, fucking Amazon. And that's why on my page you'll see the little thing about how I don't support Amazon, but now that Twitch is owned by Amazon, fucking racking, nah, that's how I feel. So, I'm still looking at working my own RTMP and starting up my own streaming situation. Yes, I did write another email. I just might searching. Because I want to tell them exactly how I feel still. I don't hold grudges very long, but this one I hold. Because they lied to me. But anyway, I think the extension program is going to be a great idea as long as it's not abused. I would think that extensions would be more like mods, really. If you're thinking about it in game terms, it's going to be like a mod to your channel. Giving the streamer the ability to customize their page, it almost reminds me of MySpace. You remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you that ability to make your page look a certain way and have a certain feel to surround who you are. And I think that's going to be something that's going to be amazingly awesome to see all the different styles people come up with.
And the one thing I hated about MySpace, I mean, MySpace wasn't that bad, honestly. Wasn't that bad.
No, it
It was
wasn't.
the beginning of our social media, but the thing that annoyed me was it was cool you can embed music into your page, but it was annoying because almost every page had music, and some of the music was kind of stupid.
Yeah, it was. It really, really was. I like that you brought that up. I received a warning from Twitch because on my personal channel I am an affiliate. And I just happened to have music from somewhere, it was in the game, I believe, or something I was playing. They sent me a notice saying that I could lose my affiliates privileges because of that. So it's in the game. It's in the game. How am I supposed to get in trouble for something that's in the game? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Well, what I think the whole thing with, I understand piracy, this, that, whatever. Certain situations, I don't agree that they block out music. Now they're sending warnings to affiliates that you can't have this in your stream. Well, my personal opinion, this is just coming from me. So, Twitch, if you're listening, my name is Murder and Spree. Go to my page and block it if you want to. You can suck it because I think you're fucking retarded. I'm gonna play music in my fucking stream if I want to. If you don't like it, block my account.
Yeah, but you see what I'm getting at is that you get people who are big time streamers and nothing is said to them. They're given a partnership and they're given the run to do whatever the hell they want short of porn. And that's it. It's short of porn. And they will get then banned after they get to that porns part. That's what gets me about Twitch. What's good for the goose should be good for the gander. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
My problem, and the reason I say Twitch can suck it, that I don't care what they say, is, like I said, I understand piracy. I understand, if you're, let's say you're just downloading music off the internet illegally and you're playing it in your stream. Okay, fine. I pay a monthly subscription to Apple Music. It's a family account, so it's up to like 4 or 5 phones or some shit,
Yeah.
or devices. But I pay monthly to listen to unlimited music. I can download it to my device so I can listen to it when I have no internet, whatever. But I pay a monthly subscription for access to this music. I should be able to play it on my stream because I'm paying for it.
Well, it's just like I bought all the music I own. I bought. I bought every bit of it. And some of it I bought the damn 8mm cassette tapes from back in the day and transferred them over to CD when I was able to do so, and then from CD transferred them over to the computer. And there's music I've got on my system that I've had for a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, even if they want to, okay, well, you've got to provide us proof that you pay for this or you've bought it, whatever. Okay, cool. Make people show the monthly subscription they paid for. Make people show the e-receipt for where they bought something, or
Online. Yeah.
yeah,
Or
or something like that. That's fine. But if they're
or
paying for access to it, they should be able to stream it.
exactly.
Artists are
That's
not
simple.
being robbed of money at that point. They're getting their portion.
They're getting publicity.
Exactly. And well, especially one of my arguments that I'd had before, or that I had expressed before in one of my streams, somebody had asked me about it. I even show the song and artist in my stream because the portion of my Apple Music player that shows that is a window capture at the bottom of my stream anytime I play that music. So I'm not just paying for it, I'm essentially citing, you know,
What
who
people
did
are hearing,
like
you
like like
listen to.
writing it like writing an essay. You got to put,
Yeah.
you got to cite everything at the end of it. Well, I'm
Yeah.
citing everything at the bottom of my stream.
Yeah. Well, it's like Searchy says, we have Amazon Prime. We have a very big library of music. I mean, that damn thing's over 4,000 songs. I mean, it's huge with all the
Yeah.
music. And it's her music and my music that we put together. And it's music that we've purchased. Well, why aren't we able to use it? We purchased it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So, I really didn't want us to go off on that tangent, but we did. But oh well, fuck it, right? Anyway, next. All because of one thing happening with a copyright. We now have zombies. We have zombie movies, zombie games, zombie television shows, zombie this, zombie that. Now, this goes all the way back to 1968. Anybody who knows the movie Night of the Living Dead, written by written and produced, he did the whole thing, George Romero. The original name of the show, or the movie, was Night of the Flesh Eaters. And he had that copyrighted. It had the indication and the year at the end of that. When he changed the name, it changed to the Night of the Living Dead. He did not change the copyright. And according to the law, at the time that this happened in 1968, leaving the symbol and the year off meant everything was public domain on that particular piece of art. I call it art because that's exactly what Night of the Living Dead was, art. So now, it has bred into all of these TV shows, all of these movies, Zombieland, World War Z, 28 Days Later, like I said, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, because the Game of Thrones has Walking Dead people in it. Zombies are in almost every damn video game. When you turn around, there's a zombie somewhere. So, had he properly done his copyright, we wouldn't have these. Not until, let's see, it says that the copyright would have gone through 2024. So we wouldn't have anything that has to do with zombies until after that. Which means we wouldn't have H1Z1, we wouldn't have any of these zombie mods for the Call of Duty games. You just wouldn't have any of the movies either.
I think we would.
People would find a way around it, I'm sure.
You
but
can't copyright the generalized idea of zombies. He can copyright the name.
but
He can copyright the way his zombies look, but that would be like trying to copyright vampires in general. I mean,
well,
you could make them look different, act different, and give them a different name.
Yeah, the movie, The Mummy.
Yeah.
Was one of those things. It's basically a zombie movie. A fucking mummy is a zombie. That's simple. But there are certain aspects of his zombies by the way they walk, look, the way they're portrayed. A lot of people are using those identical things. World War Z uses that exact same thing. Zombieland uses the exact same thing. Game of Thrones uses the exact same thing. The Walking Dead, almost identical. And we wouldn't even have the movie Shaun of the Dead. Michael Jackson's Thriller, you wouldn't even have that unless Michael Jackson got permission to do so. So, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Oh, that's gonna hurt when I do. There are thousands of projects out there that use zombies. And it has been stated by Kristen Williams, who did a video essay on this on The Verge. It's a website that I read news on. Anyway, she basically went through the steps, and I think there's a link to her thing on the page too, that you can watch it. It shows, and to this day it still stands, that he is the father of zombie movies, or zombies in general, and that if it wasn't for what he produced, we wouldn't have what we have now today. And that's just a simple fact. Now, had he not produced it, had he not sent it out there, we would have a variant of it because of somebody else's vision of what the Living Dead should look like. Would you agree with that, Murder?
Well, I'm gonna have to be the other side of the coin on that one. I don't completely agree with that. Like I said, that'd be like copywriting just vampires, saying I want to copyright vampires. There's too many different variations of it. He may have come up with the idea of it, but if it was possible to copyright zombies in general, the idea of them, what they are, somebody would have already done it, and you still wouldn't have all these different shows, different movies that are done and created by different people. They all look different. Some of them act different. The Walking Dead zombies don't quite look like the Game of Thrones uh, quote unquote zombies. I think they call them something different. I think. So I mean, I said there's different variations, so I'm not sure you could really copyright zombies in general.
Yeah.
And prevent other people from creating them.
Well, she goes into her spew in her video essay, and you can look it up. I did not actually look it up. I only just read some notes from it, And in the notes, she did put out some compelling arguments of why that he would have not a whole corner on the market, but why his movie actually, if it did have a copyright, would affect later shows, movies, and things of the sort, which we wouldn't have today because of it. And she has a whole thing on it, and I think it runs an hour and a half long, her video for it. I'll look it up and I'll post it to the website later on. But, I mean, it does make a compelling argument, though, you know what I mean? Now, there's always two sides to a story. There's always two sides to an argument. There's always two sides to everything. And, yes, on one side, if he did have the copyright protected properly, we would have gone a different direction with zombie movies and things of the sort. But it didn't. He screwed up. And now everybody has the ability to even go online and download the movie for free. You do not have to pay for Night of the Living Dead. And there's an internet.
I was gonna say, I was talking to my wife about it earlier. When you sent me the link for the article you're talking about, and she was like, most people nowadays, most kids, teenagers, almost in their 20s, probably have never even seen Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, and I think that in general should be one of those movies that kids nowadays should watch. They should watch some old movies. Rosemary's Baby. They should watch it. Night of the Living Dead. The Exorcist. The original Exorcist with Linda Blair. The kids should sit down and watch these movies. I mean, even Boris Karloff, watching some of the old Boris Karloff Mummy, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, all of these movies, they should sit back and watch and see where this stuff came from. But that's my personal opinion. But anyway, what I was going to get to on this is that copyrights, if they are not done properly, could lead you to lose the most important thing in a business. It's cut clean and dry. So if you're going to do something and you want to copyright it, please copyright properly. Get all the information, then get in there and copyright what you're trying to copyright. Whatever it is.
Yes, make sure you copyright right.
Right. It's just, I chose this because, one, a fantastic movie. Two, because of a mistake with copywriting, they actually rewrote the copyright law. After this happened, it was a couple of years after, but they ended up rewriting the copyright law so that this wouldn't happen again. But it's not going to protect you every time. So always make sure that you get your copyrights done properly, your trademarks done properly, and keep records of it. Keep records of the first time you ever used something. Not when you created it, when you used it. Because that's where intellectual rights come into play. When you first used it. Because if you developed it, and somebody developed it after you, but they started using it before you actually started using it, that's their intellectual property. Not yours anymore. So, did you want to talk about anything else, Murder?
Not that I can think of. Not really. I wanted to get into, a game, but I couldn't find the the link
Uh,
to it,
well,
so maybe next week.
I'm gonna talk about something when it comes to games real quick. Um, People out there, they want to unwind, but they don't want to play these games that take actual thought to do. There are free games on Steam, mindless games I call them. Then there's other games that aren't so mindless, but they're relaxing games. So you have the different tiers of different types of games. Um, Getting into these games, if you, at the end of the day, you just don't feel like playing a game that's going to take a lot of brain work because you're exhausted, but you still want to do something to help you relax, get a brainless game. There's a lot of them, like I said, that are free to play. Trying to make me feel better about playing Shop Heroes. Yes, I'm trying to make you feel better about playing Shop Heroes, sweetheart. She plays Shop Heroes and she loves the game, but it is and honestly, it's what I call a mindless game, but it does keep her busy and she likes it. And it's relaxing to her. It's not causing her stress. Like a PvP game would cause you stress.
Like with most games, that's the most important thing is make sure obviously you want to do playing games is fun, so you want to do something you like. So play games that you're happy with.
She started raging. Searchy never rages. She started to rage at Path of Exiles yesterday because the way her mouse, she had it directly to the desktop. It's on the desk, and and it's an optic mouse. It's a Razer mouse, and so it's sitting there and it's not moving correctly because it's not calibrated properly for that. So she's trying and trying and trying, and she starts slamming her mouse down. I'm like, what is the problem over there? And she's like, I can't do this. It won't let me get in here. It won't let me do this. And so I give her a mouse pad. I calibrate her mouse for the mouse pad. She still couldn't do it. So I ended up having to go over there. It took me quite a few tries because she just had like this big, gigantic mob of. Oh, it was heartache seeing all these mobs in this one area, and as soon as you came into the area, they just annihilated you. So I had to pick and choose each individual one. I dwindled them all down till I killed every last one of them. I died a lot. She lost a lot of XP because of her dying a lot. And so I finally finished that area for her. And I think that I'm not going to let her do dailies anymore. When it comes to that, it causes her too much stress. She wanted to relax. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of Path of Exiles, I'm sure a lot of people know that they've released it onto console. So my son saw,
Xbox.
my son saw that and downloaded it on his Xbox One and started playing it. I haven't watched him play it to see what's different, or if there is anything different. So I'm gonna have to sit and watch him one day and see. But with that in mind, I thought it was kind of interesting. Um, it's got to be interesting playing it on console because the controls, having to do it on a controller with thumbsticks
Mm-hmm.
instead of because it really is a point. 50% of it's a point and click game.
Yes.
You move around with WASD, which
No,
you can
you
do
don't.
with you can. Oh no, you're right. You don't. You click to move and then click
Yeah.
to fire, and
Well, and
then you
that's
hit
what
the.
I changed those buttons around so that my D key is your ASDFG is your talents, and I made D my walk key, so I can hit walking with D and then just move my mouse around and my guy moves around. So I'm not constantly using my clickers unless I'm clicking to use my talents.
So I just thought it would be kind of interesting with the controller. How you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you point and click for shooting and firing off spells mainly. I mean, I know the thumbstick
Yeah.
can be used to walk around, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch him one day and see how it's done.
It's gonna be interesting. Oh, excuse me. It's gonna be interesting. I've played some of the new Path of Exile, and I have to admit, it is refreshing to see the storyline expand like this. As before, it just sat there, and it was stagnant, doing the exact same thing over and over and over for 3 different levels of hard. That's like playing Diablo. Finishing Diablo on easy, then going back and finishing it on hard, then going back and finishing it on in order to get the better gear each time. You know what I mean? That it gets repetitive and sometimes downright droning to the point of, oh my god, I'm going to just either one put a fist through the computer or just unload the game. Just get rid of it. Uninstall the game. So opening up new areas of interest, opening up new storylines does make a game become a refreshing thing to play when you can get that. And Path of Exile is a free-to-play game.
Yes.
But takes thought on how to build your build.
Path of Exile is a free-to-play game. So is Orcs Must Die Unchained, by the way, Grim.
Yeah, I looked at that one, and I'm going to have to veto that one. Unless I really definitely have to play it, I'm going to have to veto that one, because I was looking at that in the gameplay, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's a consistent killing wave after wave after wave after wave. Really, I want to build the base. I want to go out and adventure to destroy the orcs. And then if they come and try to destroy me, I fend them off. That's what I want.
It's a tower defense game.
Yes, I know. And
so
when you said that,
differ as far as difficulty
yeah.
of different types of creatures and orcs. They're different per wave, and you only have a certain number of waves unless you do the endless maps. But it's for me, it's not just a mind-numbing, shoot. It's also a strategy game, because if you don't lay out your traps and everything correctly, then you're not going to make it.
Oh, I got what you're saying. But when you first said it was a tower defense game, you know what clicked in my head? I build something, and they come after me, and how I build it determines on if they can get through or not. Which in my head was 7 Days to Die, just zombies coming in after you built something. That was what was stuck in my head. And when I actually went to go download it, I was looking at it and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought this was going to be. So I sat and watched it. I opened up YouTube, watched a few YouTubes on it, and I said no. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Sorry, peeps.
It's I don't know if anybody's I'm sure some people have played it. It's Dungeon Defenders, just a different time period, kind of different environment. But that's what it is. It's the game Dungeon Defenders. It's a tower defense / strategy game. So there's some thought that has to go into how you do it, how you play it in order to win.
Yeah.
On a side note, speaking of games, since we're on games for a few more minutes at least, have you played and it's not really new. I call it new because it hasn't been out, very long. Have you played the new map on Ark?
No, I have not.
I have a server set up on the new map, and it's actually pretty decent.
Well, I was going to ask you if you did, but thank you for answering that. So I will I think maybe tonight I'll stream it. We'll see if you want or if I
Oh,
want.
sure. I'm down for playing. I started my guy on the map, but I don't really have anything built. I think I've got a storage box and a torch on the beach somewhere. I mean, that's
Okay.
about it.
All right. Well, we
So
can work with that. I mean, it's not a big deal.
yeah, but it seems decent. It's got a nice environment, some new creatures, and like one thing that was kind of annoying before with Ark is you had like what looked like limbs off a palm tree or something laying on
Yeah.
the sand, but you couldn't do anything with them. They're just decoration. Well, now you can pick them up and they actually give you stuff.
Yeah.
So they've made it a little better. But yeah, we try that out later.
Okay. Works for me. Just so people know, the store is open, right? Our store is open now. It's in the description there, cnggaming.center. We have links to CNG DesignZ Facebook page right there. Go ahead, head over there, hit the like button. I posted my dragon head that we printed. This is him. He's cool looking. It looks like he's snarling, but I think he's just got, a lisp.
He's got sinus issues.
Yeah, he's got sinus issues. Well, the reason why is because
Oh,
I don't
that's
know
cool. I like that.
right at this level, the print shifted. Right there, which happens to be right about the jawline. So it shifted his mouth over just a slight bit. But I got better pictures on CNG DesignZ Facebook page and on our 3D page that we subscribe to. But this is 24 hours worth of work. It took
Damn.
24
I wanna
hours to print this. And the detail, here, let me see if I can get it
that's.
closer to you. Look at that detail.
I want to see you print out a whole dragon.
See the detail in that? And it has a leathery look and feel to his, like, in the membrane areas. It's like it has like a leathery feel to it because it printed at 0.1 millimeters a layer. I mean, let's see if I can get down into seeing his face a little bit better. His eyes are pretty badass. The horns came out really nice. But like I said, it shifted right here, and because of that shift, it screwed up the bottom portion. But I think we could deal with it, figure out what caused it, and then redo it afterwards. But I am going to print a whole dragon, by the way.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to get the body done, and then make the body and head mash up. Run a little bit of epoxy the two together. Sand it really nicely down where it needs the sanding and stuff. And leave it for people to either paint it themselves or to do what they want with it. And we started lithographing. Let me see that one, sweetheart. Let me see that one. And can you grab that other one? We had a few problems with it. As that here, where it was white, it left it open on the backside when it should have been just closed, so that when you look at it with the light, you actually see the picture that's behind it. And this one, you can see where the white actually was being left out here as well. You see your phone with the light. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, hopefully, with the flashlight. With the flashlight, you can actually see there. You can see the people in the back of it there.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like that.
That's what they call lithophane. And then this other one See, that one you can really see it really good. And that's all from pictures. From an actual picture. And the holes are where the white was at, and because it was white, it didn't like it, so we're going to have to adjust the colors so that it will print those areas and not leave them open. But we're getting there with it, and I think it's going to look fantastic once we get them done. And then we're going to start having people send us a picture. You know, they do it digitally, just send us a digital picture, and then we take that picture or screenshot of a game that they're in. They want a screenshot done. We'll end up taking... Yes, the dragon will be as large as a real dragon, Sergi, because I'm going to print him that big. But we'll print out people's screenshots for them like this. Yep. The winner chicken dinners, whether it's from PUBG or H1Z1 or any of those. If you want us, if you got a screenshot of it and it's a screenshot you like, we'll 3D print it, make it look really nice, and it'll be a lithophane like these. And I think it'll look really nice. And I'm going to go through all of my characters, and I'm actually going to get each one of them, and I'm going to lithophane all of my characters together. And we figured it out at, well, how much was the dragon's head to print? Dragon's head, how much was it to print? Yeah, when we priced it. You didn't do a price on it? Oh, for the big one. Okay, so a 5x8 or an 8x5 lithophane is $66. That's because of the filament and the time it would take to print it, which is approximately like 6 hours. Or not 6 hours. Oh, 10 hours almost to print it. We got 3 different chats going at the same time. It's confusing me. It would have been roughly $162 to print it. That's not exact, but roughly. Because of the amount of filament we would have to use for it. Oh, thank you, Leonka, for that host. We were just coming to an end on the show here, and I was just showing off the dragon and some of our lithophanes that we were doing. So, Murdy, you got anything else we want to talk about today?
No, don't think so.
Okay. So, I guess for now, peeps, this will be the end of the show. And we will hit this back up. Yeah, you always are, huh? It's alright, Leonka. You can always hit it back in the VOD and check it out. We had some interesting conversations today about a couple of different things. And what's coming up for Twitch. But anyway, peeps, we are out for now. For me and for Murder, we'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. And, like I always say, friends don't let friends game alone. Peace.